Hey YouTube, it's Katrina. Welcome to day 208, I think, of the orbit, and today is going to be a little bit of a different than normal vlog because it's a video response, and it's a video response to Shay Carl. Recently, there was a video that he put up on the Shay Tards, channel, and in it he said, "Happiness is a choice." And in the comment section, there was and is ongoing a debate on that simple statement, happiness is a choice. So he made an iPhone video as a response to people making responses, and I thought that I would just add my own little video too. It came about because he has this new painting. It's a beautiful painting, huge, as big as the wall, a sea of blue faces that are sad, depressed looking, and one happy, smiling, regular yellow smiley face. Well, it's not just a normal smiley face, it's like it's like a really excited smiley face. And it's kind of funny because I have blue and yellow in this frame. I did not plan that. Huh. So, my thoughts on that phrase, happiness is a choice. I agree with this statement up to a certain extent. My first reason, the simplest argument, I guess, against it is that, biologically speaking, some people are just different than other people. Their brains act differently. Our brains are very complicated, intricate, very intricate, pieces of equipment, and it controls our emotions, our choices, our speaking, our, bodily functions. If there's something wrong with your brain and you can't experience happiness, that's how it is. Depression is associated with lower levels of serotonin, dopamine, essentially just bad things going on in your brain. And it doesn't help when your thought patterns make it worse. So yes, happiness is a choice is a good thing to, agree with if you are a depressed person and you're trying to make that difference in your life. You're trying to get back to being happy with your life. Actively making that choice is going to be a good thing for you. But some people can't do it. Making that choice requires motivation, it requires support, it requires, knowing what the consequences are going to be, and just, there are people that exist in the world who can't do that. So that is my first argument. My second argument is that the phrasing, happiness is a choice, it's just not sensitive enough to people who don't have happiness. So if you're saying to somebody who is clinically depressed, who is suicidal, happiness is a choice, it's kind of like you're, insinuating that it's their fault, that they're unhappy. And sure, in circumstances, whatever circumstance may be, you can make that choice, yes, to be happy. Saying happiness is a choice isn't a good thing for that person. Helping them to realize that happiness is a choice, on the other hand, is something very different than saying to somebody, happiness is a choice, make that choice to be happy. People can take words so many different ways, and they're gonna, twist it around their heads to however they feel that you mean it. And people are gonna get defensive. Yes, people get jealous, people get angry, but that is their experience, that they're having certain experiences in their life, and when somebody comes and says that how they are feeling and what they are doing is not good enough, it's going to make a person feel really bad and want to say something or not say something, which is worse, really, if you think about it. If somebody takes that to heart so much and are embarrassed and feel guilty and don't say anything about it, that's really bad. I guess the one side of the argument that says, oh, well, you don't know what it's like to be unhappy because you have lots of money. Yeah, people are going to get really jealous, and they're going to lash out in any way possible. They're going to say how they feel about it, and they're going to pick out the things that they don't like about you. and because they're feeling that way from something that you might have said. So I don't know if that makes any sense. That might have sounded a little weird. Finally, I guess the last thing that I wanted to say is that happiness in itself, to define happiness, is really, really, really complicated, because, you know, what do you mean? Do you mean at any given point in time? Do you mean overall, your whole life? Do you have a happy life? You know, it's really hard to define happiness, and so people are gonna take that how they will. The only people that know our own experiences are ourselves, and so we have to be really careful not to judge other people. And I know it's really hard, but it's something that we should be really conscious of, is that everyone else in the world, you know, we don't understand each other. We don't even understand ourselves. But it's just so important to always keep in mind the perception of another person is different than yours. So I guess the last thing that I want to say is that to anyone out there who is unhappy, who, no matter what has happened to you, your experience is something that I will continue to respect, and you have the right to dignity and respect. So I want to say that it's okay. Yes, it is possible to be happy again, and you may have to make some choices in your life, and you may have to get some extra help, but that's okay. It's hard. Living life is hard, but you can do it.